I've come to think of humanity as at the mouth of a very long, very dark tunnel, and right at the end is a little star shining, and that's hope. Wondering, when's that star coming?
So you've been obviously working in the field for quite a number of years. What would you say is kind of the biggest change in the conservation sector since you got started?
Well, there's two big changes. One is there's more people aware. There's more little NGOs sprung up to tackle different problems. But the other change is in, the harm that we've done to the natural world, the forests that are disappearing, the loss of biodiversity. So it's kind of, yes, people are more aware, and the big problem is that when people read too much of the doom and gloom, which we need to know about, which is real, but if they read too much about it, they kind of give up, like, what's the point? There's no good. So to give people hope is a very important message.
But I was kind of curious as to whether you think that greater empathy for animals, for example, or plants, is sort of like an overlooked, if not conservation.
Yes, I think it's important. And I think empathy I just have empathy for trees. I love trees. And I feel really sad when forests are cut down, especially the old growth forests. But empathy for animals, that was another thing I was told when I went to Cambridge. You cannot be a scientist if you have empathy for your animals, because you cannot be objective. And that's not true. It's absolutely not true. You can be completely objective and still have empathy. Don't you agree?
Oh yeah, I agree.
I think people don't really understand how much we depend on the natural world for food, for air, for water, all the rest of it. But what we depend on is a healthy ecosystem, that complex mix of plants and animals, everyone with a role to play. And I see that as like a tapestry. And so each species is like a thread in this tapestry, and they're all interdependent. So as you pull out a thread, as a species disappears, and then you pull out another thread, and in the end, the tapestry hangs in tatters, and the ecosystem collapses. And that's what's happening, and that's what we depend on, healthy ecosystems.
Do you kind of have do you have a guiding principle that you've kind of carried through your life and work that you would convey to people?
Respect for people and other animals and the environment.